Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Hope you guys having a wonderful day. Headed to the gas station now. I'm at about a quarter of a tank. Got a lot of driving to do today. So let's go get some gas and see what the damage is today. Uncle Hotep gave me the idea. He went to the gas station on his stream. $84. $84 for his car. That's crazy. That's crazy. He was at 40. He was at like $40 at 10 gallons. I was like, damn. It's like, damn, $40 at 10 gallons? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, I know my truck ain't gonna do too fucking well. You know? I know my truck ain't gonna do all that great. So right now I'm pulling up the Royal Farms. That's the cheapest gas in Baltimore right now. Diesel is $5.95 a gallon. Premium is $5.69. Regular is $4.74. Oh, is that $4.74? No, regular is $4.99. Damn. But for some reason they got mid-grade at $4.74. What up, Natasha? What up? What up, Jay? I appreciate it. It go to my diesel though. So we pulling up to the diesel pump. Give me a second, y'all. All right, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? All right, cool. That's what's up. I guess for some reason it was still in my truck. I don't know why. Man. Yeah, so $213 today. I was at about a quarter of a tank. So, usually, when I gotta fill up, like when I'm completely empty, it's about $280, $290, right? So I got a 42-gallon tank on this truck. You know, luckily the truck makes its money, you know, to fill it up, but that's getting harder and harder and harder, guys. Harder and harder and harder. I'm about to go pick up some dumpsters now, not too far from here. Anyway, y'all can still hear me? Just want to make sure y'all still can hear me. All right, cool. So check it. Another full plant caught fire last night or yesterday. This time in Wisconsin. It's from what it said, it was a pizza plant. I mean, so it was a pizza plant out in Wisconsin. That caught fire. That thing burnt to the ground. And then they said it might have been 9 a.m. yesterday. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, 9 a.m. yesterday, this plant caught on fire. The Red Cross even went out there to help the firefighters and feed them and all that other stuff, right? And I'm just sitting there and I'm reading the article and I'm like, yo, what's going on with these fires? You know what I mean? Now, we all know, you know, that this shit has to be done by design. I mean, I get it. There's a bunch of food plants everywhere, but I think they're strategically setting fires to certain food plants that service a wide range of areas. That's just my opinion. I guess this makes like number 25 or something like that this year of food plants catching fire. What was the one 2 weeks ago? The one 2 weeks ago was a chicken plant, if I'm not mistaken. 10,000 chickens got fucking extra crispy. You know what I mean? Which is crazy, you know, because it was one of the largest chicken plants, and you know they serviced a wide area. They serviced a wide area, right? Turn this up. But like I said, this goes to what I said last night. If you didn't catch my stream last night, I suggest you go back, check it out. Guys, it's time to start stocking up on your food stores. It's time to start stocking up on your water. Pop Hotep said in my stream yesterday that in Texas, Odessa, they ain't had water for the last 3 or 4 days. You know what I mean? They ain't had water for the last 3 or 4 days. You know what I mean? So like I said, this shit can happen at any time in any area. It's time to get your food stores together, people. It's time to get your water, get your first aid, you know, get what you need to keep your family and sustain your family during these lean times that's coming, that's here. You know, like you can't tell me that this shit ain't by design. You can't tell me that this shit ain't by design. You know what I mean? You say, Jay, the fact checkers are claiming that there's no arson in these events, which is historically has never been the case. Arson is always the leading cause. Andrew Davis says they just people starving to death. I'm guessing all Billy Boy's farmland hasn't had any problems growing and processing food. That's facts, Andrew Davis. Welcome. But this shit is crazy. This shit is fucking crazy. And people just like, it's common. It's common. Like, hell no, this shit ain't common. You know what I mean? Like, how can you say that this shit common? You know what I mean? It's not. Recall when Joe saying My butt's been wiped. He not on there. And these plant fires look real sus. Yeah, they are, man. They do look real sus, bro. They look real sus. I mean, you know, and I'm sure we're gonna start to see more as the summer goes on. You know, like it's crazy. You know, and the fact that people don't even look at it, you know, as this, you know, it's sketchy. Like, how can you not look at it thinking it's you know, not questioning what's going on, you know? Like, shout out to Really Graceful on YouTube. If y'all ain't never seen her channel, go check her out. She did a great video on these food fires about a month or so ago. You know what I mean? Biden's cruel summer continues. I'm telling you, but when you see stuff like this, right? You know, whether intentional or not, it's going to affect food supply. It's going to affect the supply chain. You just saw how much it cost me to fill up my diesel truck. And I just got a Ford F-350. So imagine how much it's costing for tractor trailers who's transporting food and goods to these stores. How much it's costing them to get on the road. And these vendors and these customers that they have aren't paying them extra money for gas, right? You know what I mean? And that's the sad part. So it's costing more money, not on the vendor, but the actual store to get it delivered. You know, so that's going to affect pricing. Natasha says she'll look at the statistics by year. Yeah, don't X out the possibility they want people to think it's going down. Let's keep it a buck. They've been wiping out American agriculture and cows for years. It's true. What up, Sauce? What up, Sauce? That's all I say. Target overstock items, but we got storage. Yeah, the lies that you telling, that's true. Because you look at it right now, right? And I said it last night, right? Shortage, yeah. I said it last night. Target and Walmart, because they got so much inventory, they're willing to take a 2% margin versus their 30% margin that they usually take. You know what I mean? So I'll tell you guys, go take advantage of that shit. Get what you need to get. You know what I mean? You know, if you go to the camping section in Walmart, they got freeze-dried goods. You know what I mean? Well, not freeze-dried, but you know, like the MRE meals and shit. If you go to the camping section, you know, they taking the 2% margin. Go stock up on those. You know, grab quite a few of those. You know. I plan on doing that this weekend. Maybe grab like $100 worth of like MREs or something like that. Let's see. Or maybe I'll jump on Amazon and grab something. We'll see. You know what I mean? But these fires are real sketchy. Nobody's really reporting on it, you know, and everybody just thinks that, oh, no, it's par for the course. And it's like, no, it's not par for the course. What are you talking about? This shit is a problem. This shit is a problem. Whether they think it's intentional or they don't think it's intentional. I'm sorry, I got shit everywhere. Whether they think it's intentional or they don't think it's intentional, this is a problem. This is a real world problem, right? But there's nothing we can do about it. We can bring attention to it, but people are going to believe what they want to believe. All you can do is just make sure you're prepared, make sure your family's prepared. Go stock up on food just in case it's hard to get, you know, I don't know, some chicken breast or some tuna fish or whatever. That way you got it just in case, you know, the market start limiting shit again, and or they run out and you just don't have it. Look at the baby formula. It ain't like they was limited. No, they ran out. They ran out. You had babies that can't use Enfamil or Similac. They got to use that shit like that. What's that shit called? My little brother used to be on that shit. Augmentin. My dad told me that he used to have to pay $50 a day for this shit called Augmentin, because once you open the can, the shit only lasted about 24 hours before it was bad, right? But you got those issues, you know. You may start to see an issue with the supply chain for, like, you know, prescriptions. You know what I mean? may start to see issues with prescription, getting your prescriptions and stuff like that. That's going to be a real issue coming soon. Like, you know, now Handy Bob, he be in my chats, and he thinks that this shit gonna go down around October, just before midterms. I feel like it's gonna happen sooner. I feel like they gotta kind of condition the masses for another. Hence, that's why you saw in my last video, and I may do a video today or tomorrow or something like that. Going around to these different schools and public places. The drop boxes is back, people. The drop boxes is back. Get ready to see them penny savers again. They're back. They got to justify them being back. Because I thought, you know what I mean? I thought the state of emergency was over. I thought that state of emergency was over. I thought all of the mandates and all that shit was done for, which means that people can go. People can go, you know, and vote in person now. But now they put in these drop boxes back. That tells me that they about to start doing some fuckery again. You know? They not beyond going to the well twice, you know what I mean? You will own nothing and you will be happy. That's right. That's right. Find a buddy that hunts, that's right. Yeah, those fraud boxes, bro. Yeah, you know, you're right, Natasha. But, you know, they just gonna pass it off as more disinformation. You know how they do. They're gonna pass it off as a lie or a debunk or a hoax or whatever they want to call it. But speaking of that, right? Speaking of that, there was another article I read, and we said it, and Hotep's been told you. I said it in the stream. The Ministry of Truth was never disbanded. The Ministry of Truth was never disbanded. The shit is still here. It said that Biden's disinformation sector was never disbanded and it's still in play. It's still around. And I told people that shit was the case. You know what I mean? They just said it wasn't in public. To get people off the trail, right? To get people off that trail. Sorry, I'm in the tunnel. That's what it is. You know, like I said, that disinformation authority or whatever the fuck it's called, you know, the Ministry of Truth, remember, it's a part of Homeland Security. This shit is a part of Homeland Security, which means that it's backed by organization that got guns and shit. It's backed by an organization that got guns. You know, we got 7 in here. I mean, we got 14 people. Let me get 14 likes. Let me get 14 likes. You know what I mean? And if you want, feel free to hit me off with a little tip. I appreciate that. But you know what I mean? But that's what they did. You know, they did it with the lab over in the land of the rising sun. Right? I think that's what they call it, at least. Anyway, that's what they did with that lab, right? That's what they did with that lab. Right? Barry O publicly chastised it, right? Shut it down here, but then opened it up overseas. I actually do have a Cash App. Let's start putting that up. I'm gonna put that up and start putting that up in my streams and stuff like that. I forgot what I named that shit. I'm gonna probably rename it Cannon Hotep or whatever. This shit is crazy, man. So like, remember, like I said, Homeland Security is back on Homeland Security. That's an organization with guns, yo. Right? So that means that anybody spreading quote-unquote disinformation they deem a threat, they fuck around and start thinking it's a terrorist act. You feel me? This is terrorism. And next thing you know, they knocking on your door with ARs pointing at your head, trying to drag you up out your house. You know what I mean? Trying to drag you up out your house. Like Bill Cooper said, there's gonna come a time, and that time is now. But American people be told the biggest threat to the United States is its patriots, its own patriots, the men and women willing to fight for the Constitution. He said that back in the 90s. We're seeing it today. You know, there's a concerted to demonize people for freedom and liberty, right? You know, you see them with their glow in the dark Patriot Front, that's that glow in the dark Franklin Beverly Institute boy, you know, trying to give patriots a bad name. You know, every time you turn around, some new group popping up with a bunch of, you know, Fed boy informants, you know, glowing in the dark, trying to pull off these fucking movie type capers and shit like that. You know, it's just over the top, you know what I mean? They're trying to get their agenda done by any means necessary. Any means necessary, they're trying to get their agenda done. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. They'll lie to you, they'll steal from you, and they'll lock you up if they got to keep you shut up, to keep you quiet. You know, this whole disinformation agency is just the social credit enforcer. That's what they are, they're social credit enforcer. You know what I mean? They can control the narrative. They have to control the narrative. And you got these people on the law, Negroes, you got these educated folk, these people that swear they know better because they got a 4-year degree in fucking art, science, or gender studies, or African American studies, or whatever the fuck they got their degree in. They think they know better than you. They think they know better than you. Make no mistake, and I told you guys before, all this shit is by design. All this shit is by design, right? They create the problem and they create the solution to the problem that they created. Like alien dialectic, that's what they do. This whole inflation, hyperinflation, these supply chain shortages is all done by design. It's all man-made. Gas prices is all done by design. It's all man-made. They're doing it on purpose. They're doing it on purpose because they need to keep you subservient. They need to keep you subservient. They need to keep you subservient. They need to keep you afraid. They need to keep you in debt. They need to keep you under their heel. And that's how they do it. That's how they do it. Most people won't know what to do. Most people won't know what to do when they go to the grocery store and they don't have anything. They won't know what to do when they go get gas and they can't afford it because it's $10 a gallon. You know what I mean? Jobs ain't raising the cost of living. The jobs ain't raising. We're giving raises, cost of living raises right now. So people got to deal with what they making and try to make that shit stretch. And it's crazy when you go to the grocery store and your usual normal grocery store run is usually like, you know, I don't know, $100, right? And that same $100 grocery haul that you go do is now $180, $190, $200. You know what I mean? Because that's what we are. That's what we are. You know, and I know the upper middle class is feeling it, and the middle class is feeling it. The lower middle class and the people below the poverty line, they're going to start getting desperate. You know what I mean? They're going to start getting desperate. They're going to start to see crime on the rise. You know what I mean? We're going to start to see crime on the rise. And you know, I hate to say that, and I'm not trying to sell fear or none of that shit like that, but it's you know, it's written, it's the writing on the wall. You know what I mean? It's the writing on the wall that people fail to see. It's right on the wall that people don't want to recognize. It's the willfully ignorant. People are willfully ignorant. Saul says, I've been trying to figure out if the ship got stuck in the Suez Canal was on purpose or not. Been leaning toward on purpose. I've been leaning toward on purpose on that one, bro. Correction, it's racist to say primate pox is a racism term. Effing with it. Oh boy. Gotta get my workout grip. Keep up the education, Ken. And I appreciate you. Go get it in. Go get it in. Go get it in. My workout today is gonna be in this hot ass weather, pulling these dumpsters and carrying sheetrock or whatever else I gotta do today. And then I might do some rowing or some assault bike or something like that. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, Andrew. You know, but you know, willfully ignorant are going to be to the detriment of us, right? And you got more and more people waking up every day to the sham, right? You got more and more people waking up every day to the sham, but at the same time, even though they're waking up, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. All they know is trust the government. That's all they know is trust the government. You know what I mean? My man Sauce for the Diesel, I appreciate you, bro. Salute. You know what I mean? That's all what we gonna do, what the government gonna do, how they gonna fix this. I'll tell you how they gonna fix it. They gonna take all your assets, they're gonna force you into foreclosure and the fucking what's it called, yo? They gonna force you into what's that shit called? Damn, I can't even think of it. Bankruptcy. They gonna force you into bankruptcy, right? Make you dependent on them. You control people through fear and you control people through debt. That's how that works. You control people through fear and through debt. Period. And that's what they're doing. And that's what they're trying to get back into. Go look up Operation Lockstep. Right? Go look up Agenda 2030. Go look up the Great Reset. Go look up the World Economic Forum. Go look that shit up. Go look it up. Right? It's the shit that y'all kept calling us crazy conspiracy theorists. Now this shit out in the open. Now it's here. Now it's here. Remember, in order to have a quote-unquote great reset, you gotta crash the system. You keep saying that all the time. In order to have a great reset, you gotta crash the system. It's gonna get to the point where it's gonna be a war of attrition. It's gonna be a war of attrition where they're gonna see how long you can last, right? And the government ain't got nothing but time and resources. This is how it is. The thing is, what are you gonna do to sustain yourself should this shit happen? What plan do you have should you not be able to go to the grocery store or can't afford to go to the grocery store? You know? What plans do you have in place to feed your family and protect your family? You guys gotta start thinking about that. I remember when that show Doomsday Preppers came out, right? That show Doomsday Preppers came out and people were just laughing. They were like, what the fuck is this shit? Doomsday Preppers. They crazy. Ain't nothing ever gonna happen, right? Ain't nothing ever gonna happen. Look where we at now. Look where we're at now. You know what I mean? We're here. I'm telling you people, the supply chain shortages are gonna get worse. Gas is gonna get worse. Crime is going to get worse because people won't be able to afford that shit. You're going to see a lot of people getting stuck up. A lot of people getting robbed. Home invasions happening. Shit like that. Don't be a victim, y'all. Don't be a victim. If you take anything away from what I said today, do not be a victim. Protect your chicken. Yeah, I seen that. They got 11 countries in the Buzz Lightyear. I heard about that. I heard, I don't know, they threw that, they threw the LGBT shit into a fucking cartoon. Go figure, right? But I'm gonna talk about that tonight. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. If you didn't catch my stream last night, go back and check it out. It was a damn good stream. I'm gonna be streaming tonight at 8:30. Streaming tonight at 8:30 Eastern. Come join in on the conversation. We'll go more in depth into these food fires. We're gonna go in depth into the Ministry of Truth, and we're gonna touch on this Buzz Lightyear movie that's coming out on Friday. And, whether our kids see that shit or not. You know what I mean? Anyway, Ken Hotep saying, stay safe, stay well, stay strapped.